March 15th, 2022. Halfcast 262. Episode 262. Let's go. Oh, of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? NYC woman lured man on Instagram and tortured him in $100,000 kidnapping plot. All what you won't do, do for love. A New York City woman is accused of kidnapping and torturing a man she met on Instagram for more than 12 hours while demanding a $100,000 ransom from his brother, authorities said on Tuesday. Valerie Rosario, 21, allegedly lured the unidentified victim, 24, to a Bronx apartment on February 7th, the New York City Police Department said. How horny do you have to be to forget that there could be a 300-pound pig farmer with a hacksaw on the other end of these computers? Thinking with the wrong head, gentlemen. At least two men with firearms allegedly waited until he went inside and then entered the apartment after him. One of the men hit the victim with a pistol, according to a complaint provided by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. The suspects undressed the victim and put him in a bathtub. The complaint states they then poured flammable liquid on him, burned him with a flame, and repeatedly stabbed him with a knife, it alleges. I don't even think he's seen this girl one time prior to entering the apartment. Just show up to the door with your roses and your Draco Noir. Around 2:40 p.m., the victim's brother said he received a FaceTime call and saw three masked individuals surrounding the victim. The complaint states one of the suspects cut the victim while stating, "Give us $100,000 or we will kill him." According to the complaint, police said the victim was later driven from the Bronx apartment to a location in Queens where detectives saw one of the suspects in a van with a knife. The suspect, Javier Vargas, 24, of the Bronx, was arrested on February 7th and charged with robbery, assault, and kidnapping and unlawful imprisonment. The victim was in the back of the van wrapped in a moving blanket with his nose and mouth covered with tape. Police said he was taken to the hospital in stable condition. So these guys were playing no games. They were willing to disappear this young man if they didn't get what they were asking for. Rosario and another suspect, Michael Candelario, were both taken into custody on Wednesday and charged with attempted murder, robbery, assault, kidnapping, and unlawful imprisonment. Rosario was arraigned last week. Judge Soma Saeed remanded her into custody, granting a request from prosecutors. Raymond Loving, Rosario's lawyer, said she denies all allegations against her. So, what should stand out about this article is that at no point does it says that she physically came downstairs and let him in the building, that she physically came to the door and let him in the apartment. So after he agreed to meet up and she gave him the information that he needed, once he showed up, her job was done. Made me do for love what I would not do. Court date set for Edison man arrested after allegedly trying to trap sexual predators. Because when you do it on TV, you're a hero, but when you do it in real life, you're a criminal. A 34-year-old township man who ran for mayor as an independent last year is scheduled to appear in court later this month after being arrested on criminal restraint and terroristic threat charges in connection with allegedly luring sexual predators to town where they were held, interrogated, and threatened with castration for a video. Okay, maybe the castration part gets you in trouble. Christo Macropoulos, who was arrested March 3rd and released from the Middlesex County Adult Correction Center in North Brunswick on March 11th, following a pretrial detention hearing, is scheduled to appear before a judge on March 31st for a pre-indictment hearing, according to the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office. Macropoulos unsuccessfully ran for mayor last year and previously has run for the Edison Board of Education. That man is trying to serve your community in any way he can. Give him a spot. Let him be of service. Court papers indicate that on March 3rd, Macropolis went to Edison Police Headquarters to report an incident on Fox Road from a day earlier. Macropolis reported he and another man, Rami El Daly, 26 of Springfield, were conducting a type of operation in which they were posing as a 15-year-old boy on a website in an attempt to lure sexual predators to a location in Edison. At the Edison site, Macropolis and El Daly would confront and interrogate the sexual predators, and in some cases, threatened and humiliated them. Police said, like Dateline, like Dateline. Why? Because a large TV network didn't make millions off of it, so that makes it wrong. Court papers show a person reached out to the fake web account and started sending shirtless photos and attempting to arrange a sexual encounter with the 15-year-old. After confirming a meeting location, the person went to the Fox Road location around 1:50 a.m. March 2nd, where Macropolis and El Daly met the person on a doorstep, but the person left after getting into a physical altercation with El Daily. Court papers say, yeah, you show up at 1:50 a.m. looking to meet a 15-year-old boy. At the time, Macropolis said they were live streaming and placing their encounter with the person on a YouTube channel. Macropolis told police that he and El Daly had confronted alleged sexual predators on three other occasions. During these encounters, Macropolis and El Daly allegedly ordered the supposed predators into the back seat of El Daly's vehicle, interrogated them in some cases for more than an hour, and sometimes threaten them with castration, police said. Okay, so according to the letter of the law, they were not supposed to do that. But what happens to the three guys that took the bait and actually showed up to meet these underage teen boys? Police said two other people who were enticed by the website post about the 15-year-old have been arrested. Okay, and a third was still being sought on Tuesday. Edison detectives monitored Macropolos' Fox Road home because warrants were issued for the arrest of Macropolos and El Daly for their actions related to luring supposed sexual predators. Around 7:30 p.m., March 3rd, detectives arrested Macropolos at his home and charged him with criminal restraint, a third-degree crime, and making terroristic threats, and executed a search warrant at the Fox Road home. Edison detectives and members of the Springfield Police Department arrested El Daly on March 3rd in Springfield. He was charged with criminal restraint and making terroristic threats and was transported to the Middlesex County Adult Correction Center in North Brunswick. Oh, because we're not done. We're hanging around in Jersey for a little bit. Police chief had sex on duty, watch porn on police computers. Bear in mind, this is the next town over from Edison, where the two non-law enforcement guys were trying to bring the sexual predators to justice. The South Plainfield police chief has been accused of having sex with a dispatcher on the job and allegedly viewed porn with the former police chief on an office computer, according to allegations contained in a lawsuit. At what point were you going to fight any type of crime? A police captain who says he told the mayor about it and anonymously forwarded documents to the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office is suing, as he should, claiming he was retaliated against for being a whistleblower. Chief James Parker allegedly began having sex with two employees in the department in 2005 while he was an internal affairs lieutenant working under a former police chief, according to the suit filed in Superior Court of Middlesex County by Captain Charles Seidenberg. My nightstick has two settings, and the other one is for love. Parker would pressure one of the employees to leave the dispatch center while she was working and go to his office located in the rear of the Detective Bureau of the SPPD to have sexual relations with him, which would unlawfully leave only one dispatcher in the communications center during her absence. Highly dangerous. The complaint filed December 31st, 2021 states. Seidenberg said he told the now former mayor in 2008 about Parker's alleged sexual misconduct while on duty, but said nothing was done. Of course, they were probably all in on it. Parker did not respond Monday morning to a request for comment left on his office voicemail. Parker's attorney, who also represents the police department and the borough on Monday, called the allegations baseless and said the law firm is vigorously defending them. You're guilty, man. An attorney for Seidenberg did not immediately respond on Monday to requests for comment. Seidenberg states in his whistleblower complaint that he received an anonymous package on the porch of his home in 2010 containing computer usage documents sent by a police captain to a borough councilman. One of the documents showed that the former chief and Parker had visited numerous pornographic websites while on duty through the SPPD's internet server. The suit states New Jersey Advanced Media is not naming the police chief because he is not a defendant in a lawsuit and no longer works with the department. The anonymous envelope also contained documents showing that there were more than 1,550 emails between Parker and two women who worked for the department, at least one of whom was under his direct supervision. Seidenberg's lawsuit states the suit states that Seidenberg, fearing retribution from Parker, anonymously forwarded the documents to the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office, which then passed on the package to borough officials. The borough, however, failed to discipline the former chief or Parker, and the investigation was whitewashed, the lawsuit alleges. So a bunch of cops get together and watch porn together. That's not weird. That doesn't call for some looking into at all. A bunch of police officers on duty just using the server to pass porn around doesn't call for some type of investigation. Seidenberg claims he made numerous complaints to Internal Affairs about Parker and that he was retaliated against in numerous ways, including the loss of 40 hours of vacation. He also claims Parker refused to answer his calls or text messages, which makes his job as a police captain difficult and stressful. Parker also allegedly assigned Seidenberg to drive an older model canine vehicle full of dog hair. That's fucked up and reeking of dog feces. Assigning plaintiff this disgusting police vehicle is intended to humiliate and denigrate plaintiff, Seidenberg claims in his suit. In 2019, the dispatcher who had sexual relations with Parker while on duty was terminated from her job with the department in July 2020, the lawsuit states. After her termination, the dispatcher filed a lawsuit on September 3rd, 2020, against Parker and the borough. The lawsuit was dismissed later that month, according to court records. Arrest of bank robbery suspect hiding in Porta Potty caught on body camera. Would it have been excessive to kick the porta potty over before they arrested him? Maybe. A man accused of robbing a bank in Michigan was caught hiding in a porta potty. Police body camera footage showed Charles Woolery allegedly robbed Dearborn Federal Savings Bank in Dearborn, Michigan on March 2nd. Capitol Counselor says 3 to 4,000 bank robberies happen each year on average, but since 2018, those robberies have decreased in number. According to WDIV-TV, Woolery approached the bank teller and gestured to his hip to signify that he was armed. He handed her a note with the message, "Smile, put all $10, $20, $50, $100 in the bag, no die pack, no GPS. Do not hit along till I leave or I will kill everyone." I am not the bank teller in Monopoly. I'm going to lunch. After the teller handed him the money, Woolery fled the scene on foot. Surveillance cameras in the area captured him running toward a nearby Hampton Inn. Officers spoke with the manager there and reviewed the hotel's surveillance video, which showed the suspect heading through a vehicle entrance to the parking lot behind the inn, police said. He then appeared to flee toward a parking lot, porta potty, and entered it. People never have a solid getaway plan when they rob a bank. They're just so happy that they get the money, they forget that they got to get away. Authorities found $1,690 in cash, not even worth it, in the front of Woolery's hooded sweatshirt, according to WDIV TV. They also recovered a black face mask, black beanie, tan gloves, and the robbery note from the Porta Potty floor. Because you can't flush anything. When Woolery heard he was being charged with armed robbery, he told police that he was not actually wearing a gun, despite his threat to the bank teller. Some Dillinger you turned out to be. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.